Good evening, my dear sophomore parents and students. God bless you. Someone sneezed in the background. We've missed you. I think of all of the classes, we probably know you the least because you've been out on remote for so long, for ever so long. But now an opportunity has come for all of the schools in the state of Illinois to open and to open with full in-person learning. I can't tell you how happy I am. Today was the first day back for the teachers, 100% attendance, positive attitudes, just a feeling of, okay, it's about time that we have students walking the halls of Southland. And we went through all of our opening exercises, and I think it's as close as I felt to almost normal than I felt in the past year and a half. The only thing that will make my life perfect would be to have laughter in the hallways of Southland, to see the eyes of the students, and this is coming. On Thursday of this week, our freshmen, and we met with their parents last night, they will be coming in. A good experience, but they had something that you possibly did not. They had the complete freshman orientation experience. Some of them participated in the fine arts programs in the summer. Some of them participated in other kinds of programs that we had. But for the most part, 70% of you, we haven't seen you in 18 months. And so I'm looking forward to the reopening. You might be thinking, what does that look like? What does the reopening look like? Well, you're well aware that we're always careful. We're always careful. And we're reopening with masks, everyone, students, teachers, anyone that would come in contact with us. As a matter of fact, the FedEx man, the UPS man, et cetera, no one comes within our environment unless they're masked. But in addition to that, as they come in the building, we have temperature gauges, and we'll be making sure that no one enters our educational bubble, so to speak, unless we're certain that they're not running a temperature. We're vaccinators. We believe in science. We believe that there's protection if all of us are vaccinated. And so parents, 95% of the adults that are in the Southland environment, the Southland family, are now fully vaccinated. We've had 5 vaccination clinics with Dr. Richard Watson, and he will be coming to Southland again on August 24th. We'll be talking with you after our opening and asking, number 1, are your children vaccinated? But number 2, giving you the opportunity to have them vaccinated here at Southland. Now, you may be asking, is that a mandate? Absolutely not. All students, all children are welcome in our environment. But this summer, we have not hired anyone that was not vaccinated. We really have tried our best to be protective. And we know that there are 2 major things that protect our children and protect each other also. And that is vaccinations, the wearing of masks, the temperature checks. We've reorganized our lunch periods so that there are smaller numbers of students in the commons, and we've opened up a smaller lunch room that's in our new annex. So we're thinking about all of these things, the social distancing. We're thinking about any kind of mitigation that we can use to make sure that everyone is safe. And obviously, even though the CDC says that 6 feet is no longer necessary, we are social distancing at 3 feet and making sure that perhaps we're not touching each other unnecessarily. You have not been in the building in quite some time, but if you were here, I'm looking at now a sanitation system that's attached to the door, and we have them as you walk into each of the classrooms. We're doing everything possible to keep your children safe and to make sure that the teachers too are comfortable in the environment. But we're going back to school. The only objection that I've had from anyone from the Southland class is about masks. So I want to show you something. Mr. Lights, could we please?
Grace.
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 running smooth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah.
See how they shine. If you ever need a friend, oh, I'll be there right behind.
parents for several reasons. First of all, we have never closed. Southland has never closed. And we have taught in our building. Our administrators, our teachers have been here for the past year, but we've been here masked. And so the request of the governor mandate really that we return to school and that everyone within the school environment is masked is really not new to us, because that's what we've been doing even before it was a mandate. But I wanted you to see the faces of our children, our students. This video was produced here in our field house. And if you looked above the mask, because they all were masked, you would see joy, you would see happiness. They were glad to be here within our environment. But if we can sing in mask, if we can dance in mask, if the professional musicians can perform in mask, why can't we come back into the classroom and continue to learn in mask? You may be aware that we did 12 Southland graduations and 24 162 graduations, all mask. The Southland choir sang in those graduations. They were magnificent, but they sung mask. We believe that vaccinations are absolutely necessary. We believe that masks have kept us safe even before, because remember, we've been open. So the only thing that we had prior to being vaccinated was really the mask, social distancing, constant cleaning. That's what we had. But now we're looking at layered mitigations. And the first thing that we did was to change the ventilation system in all of our buildings, all 8 buildings. We have something that's called ionization, and it's supposed to filter out 98% of whatever comes into the building. It could be pollen, it could be whatever comes in. And we think that this enhances the safety. But in addition to that, the mask, the ventilation system, the constant cleaning, we have been extremely careful to maintain our distance, and we have not had an outbreak. And so when we think about opening, definitely all of those mitigations will remain in place. But what I'm also thinking about tonight, the song was Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Our teachers did everything that they could on remote to make sure that the students learned. About 38% came in on the hybrid, but we've got some very serious losses in terms of knowledge to make up. Perhaps it's just a delayed loss. We don't know that. But one of the first things we're going to do is to assess and to make sure that every child is on task, that we are working progressively to make sure that all of our students come up to where they not only were in the past, but we're always looking at a different level of excellence. And so someone asked me the other day, what is the ultimate goal? I don't know that, because every time we reach one plateau, there's another one, another goal. But I know at this point, it is really necessary that the children come back to school. On an interesting note, you saw a gentleman playing the organ. He is Fred Nelson. He produces all of our musicals, all of our videos, etc. But if you're watching television, you know that he is also the musical producer and pianist for Miss Hudson, and she is now coming out with a movie about Aretha Franklin. You saw some pictures of Aretha Franklin because for years he performed the same service for her. And so today we have the honor of seeing him. We want him to come home, Fred Nelson. He's also minister of music at New Faith, but he's a part of our environment. But you saw him playing the organ, but still masked. And so parents, I know it may be difficult, but I think that you're very much looking forward to seeing your children come back to school. I know I am, and I know all the administrators that are here are looking forward to that. And so if it's necessary to mask, we will. If it's necessary to get vaccinations, those who will, and we will help you. The others of you will continue to be careful, but we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that this is a safe environment. But I have the honor this evening of introducing, probably for the first time this school year, Dr. Corey Levy. How are you, Dr. Levy?
Hello, Dr. Davis. I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Are you going to bring some clarity to uniforms and all of that?
Going to bring a little bit.
Well, no, you always bring total clarity, Dr. Levy. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Good evening, parents, and welcome. As Dr. Davis stated, my name is Dr. Levy, and I am the Director of Operations here at Southland. The purpose of tonight is to provide you with a little information and address any questions that you may have. Please allow me to give the names and subject areas of some of the teachers your student will have for this year. Ms. Adib, Chemistry; Ms. Cum, Spanish; Ms. Laurie, French; Mr. Flaherty, U.S. History; Mr. Johnson, American Literature; Mr. Wilcoxon, Physical Education; Ms. Springer or Ms. Panazzo for Geometry; Mr. Gagaman, Computer Science; Ms. K. Waters, Art; Mr. Harrigan, Band; Ms. Chapman and Mr. Davis, Dance; Ms. Norman for Choir; and Ms. Hill for Strings. I know some of the questions are sitting around our student schedules, and those schedules will be given out on the first day. Expectations for students. Students are expected to be in class and ready to start the day at 7:45 a.m. The day will end at 3:30 p.m. 3:45 will start all after-school activities. Parents, we are fully aware that a lot of the students have not been in the building. We intend to go over the student handbook in depth on that first day, so students can know exactly what is being expected of them. All students on that first day will be required to be in full uniform. And speaking of uniforms, some of your sophomores should have already gotten their burgundy cardigan sweater. If you have not received it, we will make sure you have it on that first day. Some of you may have not seen what the sweater looked like, so I'm going to ask one of our models who I have here tonight, who is going to model for us, come over this way, who is going to model for us exactly what the cardigan will be looking like. And that is actually our Director of Student Support Services, Ms. Blissett. Let's give Ms. Blissett a round of applause. Yay, Ms. Blissett. Also, as far as uniforms are concerned, students, white or burgundy Southland collared shirt, polo or button down, tan or navy pants, tan or navy skirt for the young ladies, black, brown, tan, or navy blue leather shoes. Remember, no cloth shoes. Also, black, brown, or blue belt are required for the males. Guys, remember, all shirts need to be tucked in at all times. At this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Blissett to come up and introduce herself and say a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Levy. Good evening, Southland family. My name is Mrs. Shelia Blissett. I am the Director of Student Support Services and Special Education here at Southland. We are very excited about our students coming back into the building this year. We have missed them, and we are excited about to get to know, especially our 10th graders, because we haven't gotten to meet all of them in person. So this is going to be a great year and a great time for our students to come back into the environment. The Student Services Department is here and available to offer counseling, nursing services, any special services that we need for our special education students. We are here at the ready to provide those things for our students. Some of our 10th grade students I have met online through our meetings for special education. So I'm very excited to meet all of our other students that are coming to our environment. If you need to to reach anyone from the Student Services Department, please call the main office and they will direct your call to the proper person. And that's 708-748-8105. And we look forward to seeing everyone, parents. Please call us if you have any questions. I'm here to answer whatever your concerns may be, so that you have some clarification about the services that we have here at Southland. And now I guess I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Davis.
Thank you. I'm just going to answer a few questions that I see coming in on the chat. Some of you are having difficulties with school bells, and you're saying that the white polo shirts with the emblem on it are not available. They're back ordered. Fine. At whatever store has just a plain white polo, then you can certainly wear that. You're going to receive the beautiful sweater that Mrs. Blissett modeled. I sometimes think it's a little cool in the building, and I love the look also. And so the freshmen will have blue collegiate sweaters. The sophomores will be in maroon. I'm looking forward to having blue and maroon all over the building. But I think there are a few questions about the structure of the day. Students will come into the building. Obviously, we're offering our same buses. You may drop them off, but we have busing services that are available. You should have received an email from transportation. If you have not, then please send me an email overnight and I will make sure that you do. But everyone comes in, temperatures are taken. We go into the commons. Every student will receive their program immediately. From the commons, they will go into the pack and we'll distribute sweaters. Chromebooks will be distributed on that same day. And we will have, for the first time ever, an all sophomore meeting in our new gym as we talk about the school year, procedures and everything. So that's kind of the flow of the day. I think that we're clear on this, but on Thursday, the freshmen they come alone. On Friday, we add in the sophomores, and so half of the school is constituted. Then we have freshmen and sophomores. And on Monday of next week, our juniors and seniors will join them, and then we'll be up and fully constituted and active, I think happy and adjusting. And I say adjusting because we understand that students who have not been here for a year, for 18 months, may initially feel a little uncomfortable. But as Mrs. Blissett said, there are friendly people all over the building to give them counsel and to help them. I don't think it will be long before they will be comfortable and know that they are where they should be. Because what is a school if it doesn't have students? But I have with me also Mr. Daniel Evans, and he's going to talk specifically about technology. How are you, Mr. Evans?
Good evening, Dr. Davis. Good evening, sophomore class. Welcome back. We're very excited, as my colleague stated earlier, to welcome you guys back. Sophomore, so this should be nothing new for you guys. You guys will receive Chromebooks as you did, I believe, last year. What we tried to do this year for our returning students who had already received technology is that we tried to make sure that whatever Chromebook you had last year, you'll probably get that same Chromebook back. We've cleaned it, sanitized it, and logged back in to ensure that all the policies and apps and books that need to come down will come down. One of the other things we did this year is we invested in a significant amount of money in cases. So every Chromebook will have an on-device case. So basically what that means is the case should not come off. The student should be able to continue to work with those cases with the Chromebooks inside of the case. So we're asking that tell the students not to try to take the cases off because they are designed to stay on the Chromebook and allow the students to work with the Chromebook inside the case. One of the other things I do want to mention too is I think Dr. Davis mentioned earlier, though, that the Chromebooks will be given out when they come in that first day. We will have everything organized and by grade and by alphabetical order by name. So we'll keep the process moving. But also, if there's any concerns or issues, support issues with the Chromebooks, please make sure you contact the school. Do not attempt to take it somewhere else, to have a cousin or a family member work on it. That's why we have an IT department. We're here for you guys. So we've even over the past several months made house visits where necessary. So we are here. We've invested a significant amount of money in terms of support. So we turn the Chromebooks around quickly. If there's damage, hopefully there won't be. But if there's damage or technical issues, we generally have a certain amount of spares on site if we can't fix it. But we have great remote technical capabilities where we can remote in also and troubleshoot. So again, please do not attempt to take it anywhere else outside of the school. Always call the school if there's issues, inform your teacher, front desk, and they know how to get a hold of the IT department, and we get involved relatively quickly to resolve the issue because we know how important technology is for our students. So having said that, we're looking forward to welcoming you guys back. We miss you guys. We're excited to have you back in the building. So if there's questions, please reach out. You can email me. My email address is posted on the website. But we are here for you and we miss you. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Mr. Evans. I see another question on the chat, and the question is about lockers. We were directed about 1.5 years ago now, oh my God, yes, time passes, to clean and to sanitize all of our lockers. We've done that. And so at this point, we will distribute locks and lockers. Our time frame, however, is 2 weeks in. What we wish to do is to assign lockers based upon a dismissal schedule so that everyone will not be in the hallway at the same time. If the question is about lockers in the gym, we will not be dressing for gym until we know a little bit more about what the guidance from the CDC is. And so we will relook at this probably around November 1st. But street lockers are a necessity, even though all of the textbooks will be loaded on the Chromebooks that Mr. Evans talked about. There are a few that were not available in that way. And what we don't want are students walking around with a big stack of books. And so I think that resolves the locker issue. If not, then please continue to communicate. I will answer all questions that I can tonight. But it's my pleasure at this point to introduce our PTSO president, Mrs. Rachel Ware. I see her face. She has an icon, but I know that she's waiting to welcome you back and just bring you greetings. How are you, Mrs. Ware?
Hello, Dr. Davis. How are you? And hello, Southland family. My name is Rachel Ware. I am this year's PTSO president. I do have a sophomore. I had a last year student. She graduated last year, Naya, and she's moved on to college. So I am excited about continuing on with the Southland family. I want to introduce the rest of our board. Our vice president is Jatan Anderson. Our secretary is Nancy Brazil. And our treasurer is Vanessa Dorr. And we also will be adding 2 student representatives, hopefully by our first meeting. We'll be having our PTSO meetings every first Tuesday of the month, and they will be virtual. So a link will get sent out the day before or the day of. So the major goal of the PTSO is our PTSO scholarship. Last year, we were able to raise $3,000, and we gave out 5 scholarships ranging from $500 to $1,100. So a lot of our fundraising that we're going to do throughout the year, all of our fundraising goes straight towards the scholarship and a few other activities for the school. Our big fundraiser that we have planned so far on October 2nd is we're going to do a clothing drive. So we're hoping that if each family can donate 1 bag of gently used clothes or items, I know we're going to clean out all of the clothes from last year that they can't fit. And some people gained the COVID-19, so you have things that don't fit. So you can just donate that, and I will have the drop-off location information later, where we'll do it on October 2nd, though. But if each family were to participate and give 1 bag, then we should reach our goal of $1,000. Also in September, we're going to have a Culver's lunch or dinner where you walk and come by at a certain day and time, and we'll receive 20% of the proceeds. So unfortunately, we will not be able to do the lunches in the school like normal. So we are looking outside the box to meet our fundraising goals. But if last year we were able to do 3,000, we are certain that we can do the same this year, if not more, because the more we raise, the more scholarships we're able to give out. So in order to join the PTSO, it's a $10 per family donation. So no matter how many kids you have, just $10. And then in order for your senior to be able to participate in the scholarship that we do at the end of the year, one time, you have to make a one-time family contribution of $100. Some families do $25 every year. Some people wait till senior year. Some people like to break it up 50 here, 50 there, but we do keep a record. So if you want to start making donations this year, you can. Right now, we do have a Cash App set up because we're virtual. The Cash App is Southland PTSO, or you can drop off money in the school office. So please like us on Facebook, because we will be keeping you guys updated on Facebook of different events. And I look forward to seeing you all and working with you all, even if virtually this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ware. And I'm glad that you're sending your daughter back to school. It's time. But it's my pleasure at this time to introduce Mr. Robert Lane. He is the Director of College Counseling and Alumni Relations. And Mr. Lane, these are our sophomores. We don't know them, but very soon they're going to be coming back and you will get to know them. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Dr. Davis. And good evening to the class of 2024 and the families. Congratulations for persevering through what was without question the most peculiar year of my lifetime. And obviously we know the pandemic couldn't have come at a more challenging time as you all entered high school. I know many of you probably missed your 8th grade graduation and spent your entire first year learning from home. That's definitely not how you drew it up, I'm sure, because that's certainly not how we had things planned for the class of 2024. But now, as we're turning the corner, now, fortunately, as you all will be returning back to campus, I'm confident that everyone worked hard to salvage as much as possible to give you what we could of the high school experience with the given limitations. And while we certainly aren't totally out of the woods yet with the challenges, I'm super excited about the position we're in to give you a much greater taste of what Southland is truly all about, and the Southland way, as we like to describe it. While this is the first time you'll be able to be back in person at Southland, this is a lot of firsts for us as well. I know that our director of athletics, Mr. Homer Thomas, is not here, but this is the first year we're going to have the ability to utilize the Southland Fieldhouse. So it's going to be the first for many things for our school as well. It's going to be the first time we get to host home volleyball games right here on campus. It's going to be the first time we have hosted basketball games and hopefully concessions and hot dogs. It's going to be the first time that we actually host our legendary student staff basketball game, which is a legend in and of itself. It's going to be the first time we can host our first ever women's basketball team. So it's going to be a very exciting year. And trust me when I tell you, I think we're probably more excited for this year than even you are to get things going this year. Now, definitely don't misunderstand me. I am the director of college admissions and the director of alumni affairs. So I want to make clear we have a lot of work to do to ensure that you're college ready. We've spent the entire summer studying the data of every one of our students, and we recognize that the class of 2024 is going to have some unique challenges. There's a lot of work we have to do. There's going to require a great deal of focus, a great deal of commitment to your academics. So we're going to have a lot of fun, but we're going to be very serious, very intentional about making you college ready because everything that we do here at Southland really ties into, fortunately, what I'm a part of, and that's college access. And we know that children have dreams, and Southland is a school where we like to make dreams come true. Our Southland PTSO president, so humbly stated, that she sent her daughter to college this year. I know Naya Ware, one of her dreams was to attend an elite institution, and she's going to be making her way to California, enrolling at Stanford University. And we want to continue to make those dreams happen for every single one of you, our sophomores, and for the families that came to Southland to anticipate and realize that dream. So we're going to work really hard to make sure we position and continue on our path. COVID did not stop the dreams that our young people had for the class of 2020. When we first entered this pandemic, COVID did not stop the dreams of the class of 2020-21. As you've seen, 100% college acceptance. The class of 2021 amassed over $54 million in scholarships. We had some of the greatest achievements we had in spite of any pandemic, because Southland is committed, and our young people and our families and our teachers to persevere through. And so we are really focused about what that means for our sophomores, and I hope you're ready for it as well. So come Friday, it's going to be the first day, and it's going to be so exciting. We cannot wait. And I guess what we want to say is just welcome back to Southland College Prep. For many of you, the last time I saw you was when you were in the building for Freshman Academy in Mass. And I look forward to welcoming you back, because we're going to continue this path where excellence is the expectation. And we're looking forward to our sophomores redefining that in ways that we've never done before. So I look forward to working with the students, the families. Southland is waiting, and we cannot wait for Friday. So we'll see you soon.